Alright, time for another episode of Chad, the Wicked Awesome Knight. And this time, I'm here again in the bird. And the first time, I know I'm just spamming attacks here, but he wasn't getting what he was trying to do. Anyway, they pretty much went textbook for a strength build as good as you could have gotten it without having to do like too much work. But yeah, anyway, so here again in the Berg, and now this time I'm pretty much having 2 matches with each of the like heavier strength weapons. And I just try test them all out, try to get a feel for their like move set, seeing which ones I like, seeing which ones I don't like. Some of them are more obvious than others that I don't like. Try to get a parry off, totally fail. Yeah, let's keep trading. See this sword, the great sword, good sword. Out of all of my usage of like heavy weapons, probably the one that I like one of the most. Like it's top like 3, and at worst top 5, but I really want to say top 3. I don't know if I'm getting sick or what. I don't know what it is. I hope not. Start a new job this next week. I don't want to. I'm going either way. I can't not go. It's training. But yeah. Alright, so now I'm using the Zweihander. I knew he was going to attack, so I just parried again. It looks like probably like a spam, but we both did the whole run-up parry. But then usually someone either would attack or roll away, and I just chanced it that he would attack, and it was a good call. Not a bad player, though. Yeah, he totally got me with that, because with all these heavy weapons, all these heavy swords, the whole roll into a stab is really common. And just a second there, he got me with that double spin thing that the halberd is great at, or great for. And yeah, he definitely got me. But yeah, so I don't really like this Zweihander. I don't know what's up with it. It's such like a plain moveset. I don't like it. If I had to have another favorite, it would be probably this sword, because I feel like you're so cool when you're rocking this thing. I mean, it's just this huge monstrosity of a weapon. It's so cool. Not in terms of practicality wise, it's not the best. It's pretty, it can be good if you get a good game, or they mess up, or you do all. It's the perfect storm, of just like everything you could have wanted. Like that was a trade he didn't want, or at least I think he wouldn't have wanted, because I don't know how much damage he did to me. But if you get hit by a great sword, and he got like a counter poke with the running katana attack, I don't think that's a sound trade-off in his case. See, like I should have done that attack again. That would have been good, so he couldn't have paid it off. But yeah, this is definitely one of the funner weapons, I think, for just in terms of coolness of what you can do. Whereas great axe, they're not great axe, great sword. That's just a weapon that's like a good moveset, really good moveset. Sorry, I'm petting my dog right now. Kind of got distracted. No, go lay down. But yeah, I need to get some poison arrows. I just don't ever go by that merchant ever, so I never really haven't bothered picking any up yet. See, there's that rolling poke again. This is a really long fight, but it was like probably one of the few. Actually, I only did 2. That's a lie. I only did 2 fights of each weapon until like later on. I might have done duplicates later on, but yeah. Oh, one bad thing about this sword is that, see, I waited for him. I would have been a long time ago. I would have just attacked, but it's all good. I paused a little bit before I struck him there. That was a good fight. Long fight, but it was a good fight. No, go lay down. Go. Yeah, it's what. Oh yeah, the bad thing about this sword is that because it's so heavy, I can't use the Havel Great Shield. And after using the Havel Great Shield, I hate the Artorias one. The Artorias Great Shield is shit compared to the Havel Great Shield. But the Havel is just so much heavier. Even though I do like the fact that this, I don't like the fact that the Havel Great Shield doesn't have a badge, but it does have that cool buff. See this guy, I mean, he's not turtling, but it's just poke. I mean, I guess he is mixing it up. I'm not mad at him. I'm really not saying I am. But I mean, I guess that's like Melee's form of pyromancy, because we just try to control, whereas that guy, he was just... Yeah, I seen this guy buffing. I had no... I would not wait. I tried going for a counter stab there, but I realized it's not going to happen, so I just kind of do something like that, except I didn't unlock them. See, this weapon is another cool factor weapon, but it too, like the Dragon Great Sword, is really, really heavy. And I'm not trying to up my endurance like 12 more points to carry the Great Shield. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Not at the level I'm at anyway. I'm at 124. I don't want to go too high with this guy, because then it turns into one of those things where it's just like, it just accumulates and you get higher and higher with the character, and it's not even, like, eventually you won't even find PvP. Like, I had this one build, this one stylized pyromancer, I called him. He had like a top hat. Didn't really have chaos pyromancers too much, because they couldn't freaking get him. It was totally bullshit. I joined the... You know, I'll talk about him later. I'll talk about him when I do his match. All I'm gonna say about him is that he was a 140, or he was a 125, and then I upped him to like 143, I think. And then maybe this last week I upped him to like 195. I gotta say, as a 195, he is awesome. He is so much. He's probably one of the funnest characters I've built. It's like the character I wanted when I first played Dark Souls and I wasn't good. Because I know we've probably all had that first character that I don't. Well, I deleted him a long time ago, but I mean other people might still have him, where you don't really, I mean, maybe if you were like Mr. Pro Hotshot at Demon Souls, maybe you could have. But I don't know. Me, when I first played Dark Souls, I had a build that was like all around pretty good at everything I could handle, but I was never amazingly awesome at one thing. Like, I mean, I really didn't do a lot of faith for that character, but I had sorceries and pyros and dex, and I could ninja flip because of the pre-patch, way back in the day, and just, so it was just this character that, like, bred not being good, It's like, it was just one of those characters that didn't challenge yourself, so it didn't make you grow as a player, and it sort of just kept you in this rut, or at least it did for me for a while, for maybe a couple months that I was him. But again, this is way before the first patch even was like thought about and just was starting to get bitched about before it even happened, And I don't know how people like this weapon. Like, he just got caught up on doing some little fancy stuff, but I really cannot stand this weapon. And I don't know why I did that. I just did that to mess with him, because he isn't, like, he's just running around a lot. Like, I felt this was being a boring fight. But yeah. Anyway, that first character is just like, the character, this new character I built, it's like what I wanted him to be. But he wasn't. Except I don't ninja flip with this guy anymore. I mean, I didn't. I haven't with this guy, but like I meant my first character ninja flipped with him. I don't know who did it ninja flip in like huge ass armor when the game first came out. Like, it was just something that it was there, so you did it. And I think those of us that stopped sooner rather than later, it helped your playstyle a lot. Or not so much your playstyle, but it just made you a better player, I feel. Again, it's just going back to that challenging yourself. Whenever you put it, I don't know if you guys felt that when when he had rolled in there. I was gonna save the arrow for when he popped up, but I didn't want to even chance that. It was just a nerve-wracking situation. See, to this, I don't think he's going easy on me, but I just, like, I think we were both, like, in positions to where we couldn't really do much. We were keeping each other at, like, ineffective situations. Although I want to say that's a pretty cool sword, though. If that's the bastard sword, I think that's pretty cool. I was hoping to trade with him right there, but did not happen. He is keeping me on my toes. We're both like, oh, too close. But, yeah, I mean, it was just so close. I literally felt like I couldn't do anything to him. And it's not because of some random annoying stuff that I think is annoying anyway. It was just legitimately because, well, one, I hate the weapon that I was using, and two, we were both just making it not work for each other, which is fine. This weapon, I don't even think I put I hope I didn't put too close to this in here. If I did, I'll leave them. But I hate this weapon. Like, yeah, that right there is cool, that ranged attack, and sure, the poise break on this thing is pretty awesome. I don't know what it is. I mean, you could probably look it up and check, but like, the poise break on it's really good. It's all hand axes and axes, I think, do have really good poise break. Weight to them. But, like, I hate the moves. Like, I hate the moves. I don't know what's up with it. Like that, what is that? Like, I'm not at Arc Stark. I'm not here beheading someone, you know? I want to do something that's, like, going to be good in a fight. In a one-on-one fight, you don't get too many chances to behead someone. Now, wouldn't that be crazy? It's like you're just fighting, you get like a super crit, and it just chops their head off. That would be crazy. But it's like, it wouldn't matter what their health is at. It's just like an auto kill spot. That'd be in like Dark Souls 4. Yeah, I was gonna bow, but this guy did not work. Start trying to get the parry off on him. And I landed, so I'm pretty happy. But I kind of do that quick trip just cause, but I dodged. Try for the parry, but I'm a little bit too late. Toggle out of it. And I tried to go for the parry, but I should have blocked first. I should have, like, baited him into it. I tried to throw a rain battle, which doesn't even... And I tried to toggle, but I messed it up. And died to a legend. Just a wannabe legend. But aren't they all? Yeah, this weapon, I thought this weapon was fun, I want to say. But that is not something I want to happen to me all the time. I know this guy isn't a bad player, so he's like, you know, oh, a big heavy weapon, you know, he just has to watch for it. But it's so slow, and fighting a build like the one that he has, strength weapons, it's hard. I think it's hard for a strength weapon to fight against Ninja Flip. It's because it's like so fast. They can just move again, and it's like in a completely another spot. Like, you have to really play well. This guy, just like after he had, like, he was messing around up top, and then he started like doing just a bunch of annoying stuff, and then he comes down to the buffs, and I don't like buffing in 1v1 fights in the Berg. But I was surprised at how much damage this thing is. This weapon is awesome. I haven't really messed about with the normal halberd in a long time, although I was planning on it. That Giant's halberd is freaking awesome in the right or left hand. Because later on I'll start using 2 strength weapons, 1 in each hand. And my favorite offhand weapon has got to be this thing. Because it's that attack right there, that near vertical attack it has, like right there. That's its left-handed attack. And then you have a block, which probably doesn't block for anything. Haven't really tried blocking with it much. Or at least not actively blocking with it, maybe on accident. And this guy's just, like, not coming in, so I'm just going to stand here, like, not really do anything, because, like, I don't know what he's up to. If he's trying to bait me into something, I'm not going to do it, because I can't do it. Like, I know how this guy's playing, and I can't beat him aggressively. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just gonna like try to psych this guy out, because I can't if I rush in, he's gonna you know, he's like a water dancer sort of fighting. It's like, you don't rush in on them, you have them come in and have them make the mistakes, or you just sort of, you know, you make them mess up. Right there, he just gives me his back trying to do some fancy thing. I'm gonna do a roll BS on him. And see, that's a mind prank right there. It's like, I'm just gonna stand here with my shield up, and he's just gonna like do the little quick block taunt thing, and that split second of lag. I mean, that's sort of abusing it to like the best right there. But it's like, you know, I mean, it's like if you ever seen King of the Hill, it's like Dale when he has pocket sand. It's like, you know, it's a distraction. And see, right now I'm a little worried because he has dual pyro, and I know what he's trying to do here. He's trying to, you know, do the whole, you know, just cast one fire surge, and it's all this other invisible stuff. And I wasn't trying to take any damage, because it's just straight damage, and it would kill me. I did not want to miss that. Now I go in for an attack. I get one. I don't want to try to go for that second one. And the explosion of that must have grazed my arms when I was outstretched. That's the only thing I can think, because, like, that's some crazy phantom range that... I mean, I was outside the bubble. The explosion bubble, not even the main bubble that sticks around for a while of the like, fireball explosion. But yeah. Alright, so this is another example of how a ninja flip is sometimes hard to counter, but this fight I do a lot better on, because that right there definitely helped. The accidental random backstab. If you use this weapon, I couldn't imagine anyone ever using the two-handed heavy. That sort of katana two-handed heavy attack from the Uchi is sort of this weapon's two-handed heavy also. You just kind of pull it back and then you just swing it down. I guess it's sort of like, you know, that whole executioner chop, but it's that heavy right there. The one-handed heavy, that is definitely worth it. And not when you hit it once, because that's, you know, it's just a horizontal attack, which is nice. But it's definitely because of the second, like the follow-up attack. It is so awesome. It works amazingly. Like, I use it right there, and then bam, flies up into the air. Any attack where you send people flying is just so cool. And now he goes into like a panic mode. Not because he's just like afraid, but more so because if you get thrown up into the air in a fight, I mean, you should usually just, you know, be a little bit more cautious. Like, you don't want to be airborne ever. It's just a good idea. Yeah, so now we're just trying to size each other up, find an opening, because we're both pretty much close to coming to an end. But I'm not trying to be too offensive, because I'm not a fan of axe weapons too much. I'm not the greatest with them, because it's just that slow vertical chop. It's not the easiest for me, I think. It's just not my playstyle. They're cool though, but see, I would say this is another cool one. Of the top cool ones, just because of the whole launching into the air thing while looking awesome. But yeah, one bad thing is definitely the fact that it's heavy enough to make me also have to use the Artorias Great Shield and not the Havel Great Shield, because I just like that one better. And that, I was free aiming it, assuming he was going to try to come in on my back, which it looked like he kind of was, or at least try to get in around my shield, or maybe just dodge my attack or something. But doing that ended up saving me. And I want to say this is the same guy, but I want to say primarily uses that attack. Like, he swung once right there, but this is like a 3-to-1 now. I'm going to keep count for this fight, because this is one of those things to where you're not mixing it up and it's just annoying. Like, I want to say that is for, like, I don't know, it's like, I mean, see, I caught him up on him trying to do some fancy shit. Get you killed. Try to be fancy doing that again, but he's not having that. See, I guess he did make up a bit. At least by now he did. It was just annoying earlier. Like when it was going on, I guess. I mean, that's how it is, though. You can get annoyed by stuff pretty easily in this game. Like, if you don't like it. But it's not like it was unfair, I guess. If that's all you did, that would just be annoying. Yeah, I wasn't trying to even get close to him. And that's him repairing his weapon, so I'm not really too concerned about attacking him while he's doing that. I mean, I know people get a little upset about grassing, but I don't think he really cared. The arrow doesn't do shit to him. I hate it when it zooms in like that. I always think I'm gonna die. And that was one of those lag moments. But it's alright. This sword, this is one of those swords that isn't always the best sword to use, but it is really powerful. But it's coolness over effectiveness. I think. Because both of its heavy attacks for one-hand and two-handed is that slow leap-up thing, and it's just... Like, I just wish there was a second move. Like, I like there being a lot, like, a diverse moveset for strength weapon. Like, if a strength weapon doesn't have a diverse moveset, it kind of not that great. Thankfully, I get a parry there. I wasn't going to try to two-hand use a parry or something like that. Thankfully, I get him on some phantom range there. Yeah, I wasn't trying to trade with that. If he was coming in with a great combustion. See, this is a great combustion spam right there. When you're casting like 4 of it in a row, all you're doing is just rushing and great combustioning. See, that's when you get called a spammer, because you're just spamming. And then he caught me with a dead angle there, and that